Have I made the right choice by wanting to start an online business? I'm sure you have a lot of questions regarding when you're wanting to go down this avenue and you want to move away from your old life, move away from your 9 to 5 job and start something for yourself, because clearly you get to a point where you're not happy in your current state of your life, where you know you want to do something different and you're not really sure of what to do, but then you decide to go and create an online business, but it kind of leaves you with doubts. Well, here in this video, I just want to give you some clarification on the steps that I've taken and some of the doubts that I've had to overcome, which I'm sure a lot of people out there are going through the same boat with regards to starting an online business, and to ensure that whether or not to find out whether it is the right avenue or not for them. So make sure to stay till the end of the video, and I'll show you and I'll teach you my processes of what I've had to do and even overcome to keep moving forward with creating an online business, so that I can create something for myself, which you can do also. Hi, I'm Peter and welcome to the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel, where my aim is to guide you on your journey to growing an online business. So before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, hit the bell icon to be updated with future content, and feel free to share the video. Also, be sure to check the link below this video for a simple formula that I use to help grow my online business that will show you the steps to take action. So have I made the right choice in wanting to start an online business, you ask? I'm sure, like I said, there's a lot of questions, ifs and buts, doubts, not sure if this is the right thing you want to do, or if it's a case that you do want to do it but you're not seeing the results and you're kind of left doubts in your mind as to wondering, oh, have I done the right thing? At the end of the day, it's totally down to the individual and it's all down to your mindset. Essentially, it's like anything else that you want to do with your life. You have to know your purpose. You have to know exactly what it is that you want. A lot of us out there don't really understand that. In some cases, some of us don't learn that till later in life. We kind of just go by day to day. We kind of just work within our job, within our confines, within our comfort zone. I've also done previous videos in this where I talk about getting out of the comfort zone and steps that you can take in which to do so. And it does kind of tie into a lot of what's going on, what I'm explaining in this video. So essentially, when I was starting out, just to go into a bit of my own background story, I was working on and off in different jobs for years, and I'd done a few college courses as well, so I did get educated, and it left me thinking to myself, oh, nice one, now that I've done this will hopefully open up avenues to different areas. Like I mentioned in previous videos, I do have a background in graphic design. I've done a little bit of web design, a little bit of computer programming. I've also done video game design, and I've also even been qualified as a personal trainer in recent years. And don't get me wrong, they're all great skills to have, which they are, because they do open up with different avenues, and they do allow you to build the confidence in yourself. But the truth is, a lot of the time you can go through all these processes and steps with the intention of bettering yourself, and it's by all means, everybody has the right to do so, and you have to go up whatever you think is best suited for you. But the one thing I found in my life at times is sometimes something that you really want so badly is sometimes probably not the right thing for you. You think that it's going to give you that boost or that lift to get you somewhere, but then when you've actually gotten to that point, you realise that it hasn't opened up really any doors for you, or you just don't get the opportunities. You apply for jobs, you get turned down for so many jobs, and it's made you left thinking, did I make the right choice? Did I spend all these years of college, or did I do this job for so long thinking that I was going to get somewhere, only to be literally told no? And that's what happens with a lot of us as well. We tend to do these things, and then what actually happens is we don't see the results that we want to see, so it leaves us kind of just going day to day and just staying within the safe zone, and we never really sure if we've done the right thing, and it leaves us with a lot of regrets, wondering, did I waste my time doing this, etc. For me personally, I did used to look back on that, and I used to think to myself, did I make the right choices? But at the same time, when I look back at it now, I did all the things that I actually wanted to do in my life, and with good reason. It may not have opened the doors in the areas that I wanted to open up, and I did struggle for a good while to get jobs, or even to stay in jobs, because all I could get was temporary work for a lot of the time. But I had to go through that process, because had I not gone through all those processes, I probably wouldn't be here now standing in front of the camera talking to you. And it's funny how things just actually kind of fall into place as time goes on. You don't realise that by doing a lot of the things that you're doing, it does eventually open up other opportunities later down the line. At that moment, you just don't see it. But the key thing is, you will at some point begin to question and even doubt yourself, wondering, did you make the right choice? And I know myself, I did it for years, where I was always kind of questioning things. and it just left me wondering, did I make the right choices? But like I said, when I look back, everything that I went on to do, I done exactly what I wanted to do at that time, and I managed to get it done to some degree. I may not have seen the success or the results that I would have liked to have seen, but I still managed to get out there and just do it. So for me, I'm proud of myself for actually taking those initial steps to get it done. And it's the same even now with trying to build an online business. I knew myself I wanted to do something, but at the same point, I kind of knew myself that I wasn't happy with the job that I was currently in, and I knew myself that I needed to do something else. But at the same time, I was always thinking at the back of my head, because in the way society is today, it's very hard to say that you can be safe in a job. Because the problem is your job can be gone tomorrow, which means whatever financial security that you have can literally go up in smoke, literally overnight. And if a company goes bankrupt that you're working for, you're literally at their mercy straight away, so you can lose everything as much as they have. You don't actually have any other outlets, and then it leaves you then struggling. Which I know myself, I've been there for a long time on and off, and it just left you not knowing where to actually go or what to do. Struggling to have money to do things or to better yourself or to grow, pretty much. And I know there's a lot of people even watching these videos that be in the same situation as to where I was, or probably currently are. But just know that things will get better in time. You just have to just think with an open mind and just ask yourself the right questions and know exactly, have some idea in your head of where you want to go. But I knew myself, it's a case of I couldn't sustain what I was doing. I knew I needed to create something for myself. But even at that, when you are working for someone else, the problem is as well is you're under their time. You're working, getting a set wage, and truth be told, a lot of times, regardless if you have a good skill set and you have a lot of experience built up, a lot of the times you're taken for granted in those jobs where you don't get paid. Your pay doesn't reflect your work experience or what you bring to the table, and you're pretty much taken for granted. And this is what happens, and it does leave you with a bad taste in your mouth. So it can leave you very angry and sometimes very bitter. But if you can think with an open mind and know how to take the right steps, you can eventually start to see things, and you can realize then, right, I can do something for myself. I went through that process myself, and it has led me to doing what I'm doing now. Because I knew myself I couldn't keep going the way I was going, because if I had to keep working that, I always would question that. And I have done previous videos on that where I explained and talked about those processes that I went through. And it's not an easy thing to try to come to terms with. And it is uncharted waters, because when you're wanting to start a business for yourself, I've often wondered myself when I was starting doing this whole online thing, and I did question myself a lot, is this the right thing? At the same time, at the back of my mind, I was like, I do want to start something. I can't allow myself to sit here and not, because I've been thinking of ideas for a long time. I've had loads of ideas for years running around in my head about starting some form of project or trying to do something. And I'm like, I have all these skills and stuff that I've built up over the years. It is time to really start implementing and start using them, because it's if I don't use them, then it's all for nothing. So I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are in the same boat and you're asking those tough questions, and you're wondering because you're not seeing the results that you're seeing. And it can be very daunting, and it is very, very frustrating. I'm not going to deny that for a second, because I've been through that. I've not seen results in some of the videos that I've published, where it could take weeks, if not months sometimes, to actually see for the videos to get some sort of views. And it does leave you with that. You're like, have I actually done the right thing? Is what I'm doing good enough? Am I good enough? Again, there's so many questions that you can pop into your head. And a lot of times, it can leave a lot of people to a point where they just feel like giving up, or in some cases, worst case scenario, people actually do give up before they've actually seen the results. In a lot of cases, people are only like steps away from actually seeing any sort of progress or seeing results, and then they just walk away from it before they've actually allowed themselves to really develop and see it. There has been times, like in myself, when I started my online journey, where I felt like that too. And it's not a nice place to be, because it's, like I said, it's a scary place, because you're doing stuff for yourself, you're trying to figure things out, and you're not really sure. Because the one thing is, when you are working a 9-to-5 job, it takes a lot of that hassle out of you. You're pretty much just told what you need to do and go and do it. But when you start having to think for yourself, take on your own initiative, make up your own ideas, challenges and tasks to do, it's a very different place to be in. So it is. But just know that when you do start this process, yes, it does take time, but if you're willing to be consistent, and like I keep stressing in every video, consistency and just taking action and just getting up and doing the work, eventually you will start to see it. And eventually those questions and those doubts will start to dissipate. But you'll have your good days and bad days like everything else, but on those days, they're the days you still need to do something, even if it's only something really small. You always have to keep doing little tasks every day. Always keep asking, what can I do today that will help me grow tomorrow, and so forth, and just keep doing whatever it is that you need to do. Because as I know, you've always got the security there of, like, say, if you're still currently in a job, by all means, if you're wanting to start an online business, do not, under any circumstances, just quit your job and say, no, I'm just going to go into this full time. Because not everybody sees the results straight away. Some people might get lucky enough, depending on the type of content that they're doing and if they're engaging and people like what they're doing, but it still takes time to initially build up everything, build up your website, build up your YouTube channel, and learn the skills necessary that you need to get to where you need to go. But if you do have a day job, by all means stick at it, because you need a consistent wage for the time being, because you'll need that money to be able, obviously, to pay bills, or then to invest in new, like, say, camera gear, equipment, whatever bits and pieces you'll need to pay for the likes of your tools, like your autoresponders, your page builders. You will need to have a little bit of money there coming in regularly so that you can pay for these things, so that eventually you can grow. But when you get to that point where you know you're consistent and you're starting to see results, you're starting to make money online, and you know that you're actually probably making as much, if not more, than you would be in your job. When you've gotten to that point, again, it's going to take time, but when you're comfortable with that, then eventually you can start maybe looking into maybe leaving your job and then focusing on this full time. But when you do have a job, do your online stuff in your own time, in the evenings or the weekends, or whenever you do have time. I know everybody has different commitments, like the family. They could have a second job, they could have different commitments. But if you can find an hour or two here or there, even a couple of hours a week, as long as you're doing something to build up your online business, build up a YouTube channel, or whatever it is you're trying to do, you will start to see results, but you just need to keep going. So I know that it is easy to question things and you be doubting yourself as to thinking, did I make the right choice? But like I mentioned, you will get to a point where you'll realise that either the job that you're in doesn't suit you, or that you need to get out of it, because it's not, mentally it's not good for you, it's not a good place to be in, and it's actually just, it's eating away at you, and it can cause a lot of hassle in other areas of your life for long. And it is a scary endeavour going into online business, because you're going in pretty much head first and trying to figure things out. But just know that there is people out there like myself, which is why I created this channel, because I've been in that process myself, where I can show you the steps that I've done, and you can reach out to me. I'll leave my email below, so you just ask questions, because I can try and help you in whatever way I can, because I know I've been through this process myself. And there's a lot of people out there that have been in similar situations. And the thing is, you just need to just reach out and ask the right questions and know exactly what you need to do. And when they do give you that information, it's up to you as an individual to just get to work and do what needs to be done to move you forward. Because at the end of the day, you can stay stuck in your job and then only end up, as time goes on, stay in the comfort zone, eventually leading that you'll actually be angry with yourself and you'll regrets, or start up an online business. For me now that I'm doing this, I don't think I could ever go back to working a 9-to-5 job working for someone else, because there's so much benefit of being able to wake up every day knowing that you have full control over it, is what you want to do with your day. You pick and choose when you want to work, but that's not to say take it easy and say, oh, I'll only do a little bit. When you have something specific that you want to do on that day, you just get to work and you get it done, and you try to do it to the best of your ability and make it as good as you can possibly make it. But you have a lot more freedom, because I know myself, I don't think I could go back to that, because if I'm not doing this, for me this is the way forward now. I can never see myself going back, because if I'm not doing this, then what's the alternative? It's either go back to my old job and be stuck again and not be happy, or do something that I am actually happy with. That's the big question you have to ask. At the end of the day, if it puts a smile on your face and you feel that it's the right thing for you to do, you do it. No ifs, no buts. Because you know yourself, you'll know when you found something that actually really, really sits well with you. And that's the thing that you focus on, and just get to work. And like I said, everything else will eventually snowball and start to grow in time. So the thing is, like, if you are doubting yourself and you are questioning things, always consider this: what's the alternative? Do I want to go back to that old life? Do I want to stay unhappy, or do I want to be happy and actually build something for myself that can sustain myself over time? Always be aware of that, because when you think of what could be, it definitely is a driving factor to show you where you want to go. And sometimes all we need is just that little bit of a push in the right direction to get us to move forward. So my question for you is, are you doubting yourself? Are you asking yourself questions and not sure if what you're doing to create a business online is the right thing for you or not? I'd like to know your thoughts. Make sure to drop a comment down below. So I hope you found the information in this video helpful, and I just hope it clears up some ideas of certain issues that people may be going through. If you're wanting to get out of your 9-to-5 job, leave the 9-to-5 grind behind and just create something for yourself and just change your life. To know that it's not such a bad thing. Yes, it is tough at first when you're not really sure, especially if you're not technically minded. But there is ways of getting work done. It may take a wee bit longer for other people, but you just do it at your own pace. Everybody's different, and eventually you'll see results in time. So if you have found the information here to be helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, hit the bell icon to be updated of future content, and feel free to share the video. Again, make sure to check out that link below this video for a simple formula that I use to grow my online business that will show you the steps to take action. Also, be sure to check out some of the other videos I have on my channel where I do provide helpful guides and tips that shows you the areas that you need to do if you want to grow your own online business. And I will see you all in the next one.